The same again.
Holy crap, what an atmosphere here in the northeast of England. I've just come back from my trip. I was meant to upload a thumbnail. I apologise, I'll do that later on afterwards. But look at this. As we all know, Newcastle have been taken over by this Saudi Arabian consortium in what could be Steve Bruce's final game in charge of the club. But if this is, especially that this is his 1,000th game in charge as a manager as well, he'd love to send the fans off with a victory here today. And Newcastle today are taking on Tottenham Hotspur. And just look at that atmosphere, man. It's huge. Absolutely huge. I don't think I've seen a crowd like this in St James's Park in ages. They've been so upset, angry, and pissed off, excuse my language, for the last, I don't know how many years they've been taken over now by Mike Ashley, but they've literally been like, enough is enough with Mike Ashley. They've been sick and tired of having Mike Ashley as owner, and rightly so. They're getting fed up with Mike Ashley. The thing is that I think that this new ownership for Newcastle is the right way to go if they care about the club. It's as simple as that. That's all I could say. And before we kick off, I'll read you the starting lineups. Newcastle are playing Darlow, Clark, Lascelles, Ritchie, Manquillo, Joelinton, St Maximan, Hayden, Willock, Sean Longstaff, and Callum Wilson. Tottenham are playing Lloris, Romero, Dyer, Reguilon, Emerson Royale, Højbjerg, Lucas Moura, Ndombele, Oliver Skip, Kane, and Son. The likes of Dele Alli, Lo Celso on the bench. Also on the bench, we have the likes of Jeff Hendrick, Dwight Gale, Jamal Lewis, Federico Fernandez, Fabian Schär.
Joelinton, who's been a symbol really on the field of the previous ownership.
So it is a new era for Newcastle, a new era. And in their first new era game, they play Tottenham, who are playing in purple today. That's for sure. I'm just going to quickly lock my door. I've literally just come back from a trip from Bristol for someone's birthday. Here is St Maximan taking on the Tottenham midfield already, but it goes straight to the Tottenham players. And now here's Lucas Moura on the right-hand side. Into Ndombele, but it's been given away.
COVID in the camp. False positives. It's the good news for Spurs fans today and for the Espirito Santo.
Here's St Maximan. Squaring it past Reguilon. It's 1-0 already. Nearly 2 minutes in. Newcastle take the lead under their new ownership immediately. And it's Callum Wilson with the header. A storming start for the Geordies. A storming start for Newcastle United. And a perfect start for Steve Bruce's 1,000th game in charge. It's Emerson Royale who gives it away. It's Joelinton who has it. Then it goes to St Maximan. And goes and across and then straight onto Callum Wilson's header. And Newcastle take the lead immediately. Look at that cross there from Manquillo. Straight into Callum Wilson. Header, bang. No save from Hugo Lloris. A perfect start for the Toon Army. A perfect start for Newcastle United. 3 minutes into the game. Tottenham need to fight back immediately. Goal time, 1 minute 47. It's already 1-0 to Newcastle, and down goes Christian Romero. Reguilon has a look to see if he's okay. The referee today is Andre Mariner.
Late kickoffs, the extra World Cup qualifiers have been played in that part of the world, just back in time to get on the transport up here to play at St James's Park.
The referee has a word. Andre Mariner has a word with Sean Longstaff. So Romero gets the ball. It's a bit of a late challenge from Sean Longstaff. But Romero's okay. Play on. 4 minutes in. And it's gone the other end. It's gone to Carl Darlow's hands. I mean, what a player he is, Saint-Maximin. He's been the driving force for Newcastle the last 3 seasons, ever since he signed up. And Ndombele, Emerson Royale, Christian Romero. And Lloris has given it away to Joe Linton, but Emerson Royale tries to win it off the Brazilian. And now Matt Ritchie crosses it in, but it goes straight to Lloris. Lucas Moura loses it. Newcastle win it back. Here's Joe Linton.
Martin Tottenham are just being overwhelmed. They need their senior players, experienced players, international players just to get their foot on the ball and take the sting out of the game.
One of this, Callum Wilson has been scored in both previous home games that he's been a...
Agreed, completely agreed with Martin Tyler. What a miss Callum Wilson has been for Newcastle. He's come back, he's already headed one in. Brilliant. Joe Linton does lose it to fellow number 7, Son. As Emerson Royale. Here's Højbjerg. Straight to Oliver Skip. And now onto the left. Here's Reguilon. Back to the right. Emerson Royale. Joe Linton having a look at his compatriot, but it goes to another compatriot, Lucas Moura, who gives it away to Sean Longstaff. And now here's Alain Saint-Maximin, the Frenchman, taking on Oliver Skip. But Newcastle lose it through Ndombele, but then win it back. Here's Joe Linton. Matt Ritchie takes on Lucas Moura. Back to Joe Linton, but Matt Ritchie loses his footing.
And even more so by this.
Just look at that cross from Javier Manquillo. It's a replay of Callum Wilson's header to give Newcastle the lead immediately. Ant and Deck were absolutely delighted with that goal. They are watching. They are boyhood Newcastle fans, those two. Højbjerg.
Again. There's the referee.
I beat Martin Tyler too. It's saying who the referee was. And Ndombele goes down.
Central midfielders are competent, Hayden and Longstaff. They've just got to kind of ease off a little bit. The excitement is getting to them, flying into their challenges. And he's late there, Hayden.
That is late from Isaac Hayden.
It's the kind of atmosphere in which you can get just carried away a bit too far, and Hayden's on the edge of that.
Højbjerg. Christian Romero. Eric Dyer. Oh, he nearly loses it, but luckily for him, it goes straight to Højbjerg.
Qualified for the World Cup finals for the last couple of weeks. You need his organisation skills in midfield, get Ndombele on the ball and try and create something for Harry Kane on the ground where he's done very well.
Joe Linton goes down. Nuno will be livid with that start immediately.
against Aston Villa for Spurs. There were signs of improvement. They were more adventurous. They were more threatening. They pressed more. They got up the pitch. I think that's what they have to do to get Kane into the opposition penalty area much more.
Wilson's cross. 2 against 1 at the far post. Could gallop forward. Spurs hasn't been given the funds in his 2.5 years in charge to improve the squad. When you look at today's lineup, I think there are 5 of them who are in the Championship team that got promotion back to the Premier League.
Højbjerg.
Lascelles and Darlow in goal. Matt Ritchie.
And Ndombele.
That's going to change. Whoever's the manager here. They can't start, of course, until January.
And Ndombele finds Emerson Royale, taking on the Newcastle defence. Passes it to Harry Kane, who immediately passes it back to Emerson Royale. It goes straight to Carl Darlow.
Take by Darlow. Going backwards, not easy.
Well, there's not a lot to do in the opening 10 minutes or so, but it wasn't a great cross from Emerson. He's just really hung that ball up and just knocking that in, hoping that someone gets on the end of it.
Lucas Moura. He's got past Joe Linton, but he loses it. Newcastle win it back from Spurs. And here's Sam Maximan taking on Reguilon and Højbjerg. Finds Joe Willock, who then finds Sean Longstaff. Back to Willock.
He backs him up. Lucas Moura, who's normally a good tracker of players going back towards his own goal, was just a little bit late then, but got away with it.
Yeah, for Tottenham, they've got to do the basics, certainly the defensive basics, well in the next 10 minutes or so. They can't go further behind. It'd be a long way back from 2-0 down. So just get a foothold in the game. As Nuno said before the game, try and quieten the crowd down, ignore the noise if you can, and play your game. But they're struggling to do that at the moment.
Still early days, yeah, 10 minutes in. But it is still, regardless, a perfect start for Newcastle.
The final of the Nations League. And Manquillo and Clark between them.
If Tottenham do lose this, though, then there will be pressure on Nuno Espirito Santo. 1 win in the last 4 matches in the Premier League for Spurs. They, of course, won their opening 3 games in August, which gave Nuno Espirito Santo the Premier League Manager of the Month award after Spurs were top of the league. But they've had a disgusting September with their form, losing to all London clubs as well, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, and their North London rivals, Arsenal. It gets something back for beating Aston Villa last time out at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But this is not a good start for Spurs again here at St James's Park.
You just feel 1 or 2 of the Newcastle players are having to catch their breath.
And here is Romero.
That's the feeling amongst the Newcastle faithful, the Toonami, that have been marking time, just making up the numbers.
I've never seen an atmosphere like this in a long while for Newcastle fans. Proud club, like Martin Tyler said. Also, literally,
live their lives through the football club.
It's good for them that they see a future with these new owners. Like, it could bring them good things. But guess it depends on how things go. Tottenham do take a shot from long range from Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. But it does go straight to Darlow. So Ndombele misses a shot himself, and then it goes to Højbjerg, who takes a shot himself. But maybe if it was more powerful, Tottenham would have equalised. But no way through. Comfortable save from Darlow.
The next 5 years or so.
Here is Anton Dijk.
Celebrity, get me into here. They'd be queuing around the block.
Have you got that written down, Martin? Somewhere? That's excellent.
But I did think they would be here.
Haven't seen Cheryl Cole yet.
He's found by the skipper. Incidentally, he's on 4 yellow cards. Could be one of the first players to
Anyway,
get suspended for the tackle.
Matt Ritchie's going to take a free kick.
Variation.
Newcastle couldn't keep that in.
Away from all the hullabaloo, all the speculation at the training ground, Newcastle had plenty of time. A lot of the players back from international duty.
Yeah, Kieran Clark couldn't get to that.
To get organised in the steep route, a little bubble, if you like. Whatever was going on with the ownership, he could get down to work with his coaches. As he rightly said in that interview with Greg Whelan, they have put together some reasonable performances, not reasonable results really. Twice in front against West Ham, twice in front against Southampton, and equalised.
They're near the bottom of the league as well, so this would be an absolute crucial, brilliant moment from Newcastle if they were to win today.
Romero.
Here is Romero. Now Eric Dyer. Which way is he gonna? He's doing a through ball into Son, and here is Ndombele who finds Lucas Moura. Is Lucas Moura gonna cross it in? No, it's too far. Mate, that was a brilliant play then from Son and Ndombele, who finds Lucas Moura. He tried to find Son or Harry Kane into the box. Harry Kane, of course, is still looking for his first goal in the Premier League this season. Hasn't been an easy summer at all for Harry Kane. That's for sure. So yeah, it's honestly, he's got work to do. He has honestly got work to do. It's Lucas Moura.
Very quickly.
Emerson Royale. Højbjerg.
Dyer, who was penalised, you might remember, controversial handball under the previous interpretation of the handball law. Tottenham Spurs Stadium, Colin Wilson, an equaliser from Tony Scott. Both their games last season between these two finished as scored.
So if I quickly look at the statistics, yeah, Harry Kane has not scored a goal yet this season in the Premier League. So he'll want to change that this game, if possible.
It's a natural lull when you get the higher the players coming out, then you get that early goal.
Reguilon. Is Ndombele? Is he going to take a shot? Yes, he does. What a finish. Tottenham have equalised. A stunning strike from Tanguy Ndombele. Just gone 17 minutes. And Spurs have already found an equaliser. Game on. It is 1-1 here at St James's Park. Reguilon finding Ndombele, bang, bottom right corner, no chance for Darlow, and using his right foot to get it past Lascelles and then past Darlow. Agony for Steve Bruce after a superb start, but Spurs have found a way through. It is 1-1 here at St James's Park. And it is Ndombele's first Premier League goal this season.
8 goals Tanguy Ndombele have been away. It's quite a bonus for a manager to get a midfield player who.
And that has sent the Tottenham fans singing. Can Newcastle find a way back? Here's Joe Linton into Matt Ritchie, that is out. It's a Spurs throw-in.
I'm not happier now. We're a long way away from the moment where the ball went into the net.
I think Ndombele's really benefiting from having Oliver Skip and Bugiagi behind him, just really watching the shot, really protecting the two centre halves. That means Ndombele can break forward, can support Harry Kane and get into advanced areas.
And now we'll see whether it was adrenaline or ability.
Emerson Royale's throw-in.
It's certainly difficult for Steve Bruce, however the game pans out. Newcastle got a corner. Which means Spurs bring everyone back. Harry Kane, very useful defensive tool.
I wonder how Matty's going to be celebrating after the Newcastle scoring, because he's of course on Don Robbie's Watchalong today. Big shout out to the Magpie channel for that. It's Newcastle's corner. Matt Ritchie. Newcastle looked for a second, but the ball goes over. It was a header from Jamal Lascelles. It's a decent corner from Matt Ritchie as well, finding Lascelles. But Tottenham do well defensively. They were there at the right time, trying to get rid of Lascelles' headering shot. But it went over anyway. So relief for Tottenham.
Very eventful first 20 minutes here at St James's Park. Here's
Lucas Moura.
Spurs are getting into their stride.
Tottenham trying to find a second, pressing for a second. They look more onto it now, given the fact that they've equalised with that Ndombele strike. Here's Oliver Skip trying to find Harry Kane, but it goes to Heung-min Son, but he's given it away to Newcastle.
Like a team struggling at the wrong end of the table.
As Callum Wilson loses the ball.
Steve Bruce.
It is a Tottenham throw-in.
Strand suggested he would be in charge of the team. He's local as well as the manager.
Højbjerg. Ndombele loses it. It goes to Eric Dyer, though, who then passes it to Oliver Skip. And here is Harry Kane! He's got it! He's done it! Oh, no, he's offside. Was a lovely finish, but Kane is offside. Otherwise, that would have been Harry Kane's first Premier League goal of the season. And Tottenham would have been 2-1 up.
Is he the one that possibly plays Harry Kane on here? It is a really tight call.
That is a really tight call.
I think he sticks the ball in the back of the net. He can't think of anything else. I think he's maybe offside, but it is close.
Yeah, it's very, very close.
Newcastle had some very tight VAR calls in.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, to be honest. He's onside. Yeah, I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. They should give the goal, in my opinion. They should give the goal. That is onside. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it.
Still waiting. Goal given.
Goal's been given, and rightly so. Spurs are 2-1 up. And Harry Kane does get his first Premier League goal of the season. And Tottenham take the lead here at St James's Park. And after a stunning start, Newcastle have got work to do. I thought it was onside. I mean, that goes to show on how much better VAR has been this season with tighter decisions. That's not offside, in my opinion. I think he's onside. It was a great finish from Harry Kane, and Tottenham take the lead. And there you have it. It's Harry Kane's first goal of the season. in the Premier League.
Let the play continue.
And now Tottenham fans are really singing. Could we be in for a thriller today? Here's Newcastle. Here's St. Maximin.
Break for Spurs, particularly for Kane. Here's St. Maximin.
And the cross was too far. No, Joe Linton couldn't get to it at the end.
On top of each other's shoulders to reach that one. But he has been scoring. He's been scoring for England. He's been scoring in Europe, the Carabao Cup, the Premier League. Looking at Golden Boot stuff here. He's started his campaign in that respect.
Yeah, I think just Nuno's approach has been a little bit conservative, so Harry Kane has tended to play deeper and deeper towards the halfway line. But
Here's Joe Linton.
as a team out in the pitch, get Harry Kane into the opposition penalty area, you know what's going to happen.
And that is surely a foul. But the referee says play on. Andre Mariner says play on. As Callum Wilson goes down in the penalty box, which isn't a penalty in my opinion. But Mariner's pulled the whistle anyway because Ndombele has stayed down.
No great complaints from his teammates as if he was on the wrong end of the challenge.
I just wonder whether it's his own player that's actually collided with him. Yeah. It's possibly Lucas Moura who collides with him.
So that's...
The ball breaks it. Moura actually collides with Ndombele.
It is very true. Lucas Moura, Ndombele's own teammate for Tottenham, does collide with Tanguy Ndombele. I should have said that better. Oh well. Tangles with the Frenchman. I already said his name already. It doesn't matter.
Harry Kane, it's not blindingly quick.
So this is a replay of Kane's goal as Højbjerg assists him. Lascelles couldn't get to Kane at the end, and Kane makes it over and gets it over Carl Darlow. And Nuno's very happy with that one.
And Spurs, after a staggeringly difficult start, complete cacophony of sound in the stadium.
They look a different team now than they did right at the start of this match, Tottenham.
Welcome to the world of football.
Well, with this new Saudi takeover, it really depends on how Newcastle can really get into this world of fighting for the title or fighting for the top four in the next few years. Can they do a Chelsea? Can they do a Manchester City? Where the owners of both Chelsea and Manchester City do really care for their clubs. Roman Abramovich and Sheikh Mansour.
Newcastle recovered.
I think apart from that first 10 minutes, Spurs really tried to control the game. I think it's down to Skip and Højbjerg in the middle of the park, the pair of them playing together, getting on the ball, just keeping things ticking over, denying Newcastle the ball and forcing them deeper and deeper.
Here's Joe Linton, taking on Emerson Royale, but he loses it to Lucas Moura. And now Emerson Royale's down. I'd get up if I were you, mate. Yeah, I don't think that's anything personally. Looking for it, in my opinion. He is looking for it.
Looking to put pressure on, but give away a free kick like that, it just relieves all the pressure on Tottenham.
Not gonna lie, I actually quite like Tottenham's purple kit. I think it really suits them. But I do love their away kit more. Their away kit more. It's like they're in bloody space.
Time to add.
Newcastle's time to really dig deep. They can't afford to concede a third goal.
Tottenham corner, and Son is going to take it.
I think Newcastle fans and certainly the owners will realise it's a long road ahead to get to where they want to be. Sometimes you learn a lot more when things go wrong.
Son's corner. And no way through for Spurs.
Eric Dyer, who loves going to the front post.
It's a fabulous delivery from Son.
It is a fabulous delivery from Son.
Deal with it. All it needs is a touch. Even if a defender makes contact with that, it could be 3-1.
Son, back from the international team with South Korea. He scored in both their internationals in the recent break. Clark. Joelinton. Kane and Lascelles has to just clear it.
It's Emerson Royale's throw-in. Now Kane's throw-in.
Emerson. Lugia. Kane. Touches now from Tottenham.
Emerson gives it away.
There from Emerson Royale.
And here is Alan Saint-Maximin on the charge. And he is taking on the Tottenham defence. But Tottenham do win it back, but then Newcastle win it back.
Great example there, Martin White. Oliver Skip is in the team to get back to help his defenders. He timed that challenge to perfection. Because the counter-attack is always going to be on for Newcastle with the
Kane.
pace that they have.
And Ndombele loses it. And now here's Darlow with the goal kick. And he finds Joelinton, who finds Callum Wilson. Is this the equaliser for Newcastle? No, it's not. Very close. I think he took too many touches personally, but he did try and find Alan Saint-Maximin. And Newcastle do not get the equaliser they were hoping for. So close to making it 2-2.
He tracks him all the way in. The left back could have just stood and watched him run, but he tracks him all the way back in and just leans into him. It's not a foul. It's a great piece of covering defending from the left back. Just gets shoulder to shoulder with Saint-Maximin, denying him the opportunity to turn it home.
For Joelinton's getting slapped on the wrist. Contact lens issue. Really long.
Have I got a drink? No, I haven't. Oh, well, that's fine. I'll get one in a minute. Well, when I have the chance.
It's a very good piece of
Probably at
defending.
half time. Oh, but definitely at half time.
Both ready to carry on. Are they? It'll be a one-eyed approach for the rest of the first half.
As long as he keeps the eye on Saint-Maximin, he'll be okay.
Yeah, definitely the backup. On the contact lens where it will know.
Lloris's goal kick.
Yes, I am speaking from personal experience. Here's Lascelles. Enthralling. Watch the first third of the game here, full of emotion and goals.
Saint-Maximin takes on Reguilon.
Possibilities and more.
Oliver Skip wins it for Tottenham, and he finds Reguilon.
Great job you described so well, Andy.
Defensive insurance he provides, outstanding.
Højbjerg. Eric Dyer.
Suddenly it's Spurs looking at home at St James's Park on this big day for Newcastle United.
Lucas Moura. Taken down by Sean Longstaff.
The effort is there, the willingness to close down.
And it's a yellow card for the Newcastle midfielder.
To Sean Longstaff, the first.
For that challenge on Lucas Moura.
catches him, but it is he gets his second challenge when he's got there late. That's why he's been booked. He's got to be careful now.
See, personally, I don't think that was enough for a yellow, but I understand why Andre Mariner's given it a yellow, because he did the same foul before in the game. Obviously a warning, didn't get a booking. He's done the same thing again, and he's obviously got a yellow card for it. One more, he's off. Second yellow, red card.
Wiser for the experience.
Hopefully for Newcastle, that doesn't happen. Next Sunday, Tottenham are once again away, playing London rivals West Ham. That'll be some game to watch. And also on that Sunday is the big one. Manchester United taking on Liverpool at Old Trafford. I will most likely be having two of my mates at my uni watching this with me, a Man United fan and a Liverpool fan. And it's a heavyweight clash. United need to win this for them if they want to bounce back after they lost 4-2 to Leicester yesterday.
Brilliant. Not a very good scoring record with his previous club in Germany. He's been true to times in that respect. Certainly wholehearted. To Maximin. It's only 10 minutes to go to half time. Very pleasant afternoon.
Been a very interesting first half so far. I think both teams are playing very well, but Tottenham have turned on the screw ever since they had that equaliser from Ndombele. As Joe Willock tries to find Joe Linton, and then Longstaff loses it, and now Lucas Moura is on the run for Spurs. Here's Son. Crosses it to Ndombele, who has a shot, but no way through. But it goes back to Ndombele from Oliver Skipp, who tries to find Son, but he gives it away. Newcastle win it back. And now here's Sam Maximan taking on Højbjerg. It comes off a deflection from Emerson Royale's foot.
He's box office. It's always happened for him. It's always trying to make it happen for the team. Willock.
Here's Willock.
In the box here. She can deliver.
Taking on the club he'll most likely probably never play for, considering he's an ex-Arsenal fella.
Very stretched again. Grateful Spurs soft pedal it a bit here.
Son. Ndombele. Højbjerg.
Almost all the goals they scored very many. A team that's short of goals too, and the opening half an hour here represents a big upgrade. Another assist, I think, was the own goal. And
Here's Son.
Tapped it in. It would have been a set up by Son,
but no way through for Kane.
Own goals with the Statsmen.
Willock taking on the Tottenham defence and finding Joe Linton, taking on Emerson Royale.
Joe Linton.
He's been brought down. Newcastle are looking for a foul here, but Andre Mariner said play on.
Around the stadium, very experienced official. Perfect for a game like this, you feel. Okay. Now Son.
It's the duo of Kane and Son.
Ndombele.
Højbjerg. Now Oliver Skipp. For trying to find Reguilon. He's found Reguilon. Sam Maximan tries to dispossess Sergio Reguilon, but instead it goes to Ndombele, Sam Maximan's compatriot, who takes on Javier Manquillo, who dispossesses Ndombele and defends brilliantly. But it is a corner to Tottenham.
Tottenham are getting the balance right, where the opportunity is there to drive into the box and make something happen. They're doing it, as we saw there with the Ndombele, but when it's not on, they're just going back, they're kicking the ball into the two central midfielders and just controlling the game.
1-0 up to 2-1 down's bad enough. If it goes 3 here, quite what
Son's corner.
We'll probably say it's more of the same. Change it.
Oh, and Mora's hit the bar.
Lucas Moura heads against the bar.
It could have been 3-1.
All still in play.
Tottenham are going to get another corner. Could have easily been 3-1 to Spurs. Mora's header, and it goes straight to the crossbar. Free header as well. Similar to Kai Havertz. It looks similar to Kai Havertz's header against Liverpool earlier in the season for Chelsea at Anfield. But here's Kane, who still takes it on, but no way through for Tottenham, despite the fact they still lead 2-1. Nearly 5 minutes to go till half-time and added time of the first half. That's if there is any added time, of course.
Collectively, Newcastle look unsure about how to actually deal with what Tottenham are throwing in.
There was a warning from the last corner.
It's another corner to Tottenham.
Song to take. Jostling going on.
Sergio Reguilon has a word with Andre Mariner.
Into the crowd.
As does Kane. I wonder what's happened here.
It's a medical emergency.
Oh, something's happened. Something's happened. That's why the corner's been delayed.
The players wanting to make sure that medical help was on hand, and I think it's going to lead to Andre Mariner taking the players off as the defibrillator is carried across the pitch.
Oh dear.
Well, they're not going to go off, but the game is suspended until this medical emergency is sorted out.
Oh dear, this doesn't look good at all.
Quite rightly so. Nuno Espirito Santo wanting an explanation.
I think things are okay, but the game is suspended until
those personal, those who are suffering.
Until we're safe to do so, to carry on with the game.
Well, just have a reflection on what we've seen so far in
What was a whirlwind start. The atmosphere was extraordinary. I've never experienced anything like it at St James's Park. They got that early goal. It was a brilliantly crafted goal from Callum Wilson. I think for Tottenham, it didn't get any worse. They made sure they didn't go 2-0 down because it would have been an awfully long way back. They got control of the game, got a foothold in it. The two central midfielders were pivotal to that happening. And then their key players, Ndombele and Kane, got involved in the game and took their chances really well.
And in a way, it's been a little microcosm of what Newcastle have been about up to this point. A lot of enthusiasm, a lot of effort, some ability. Callum Wilson, as we've stressed, always important. Much better record when he plays. A typical goal for him. But the frailties at the other end, and generally he defends the team. Of course, it's not just the defenders. But Ndombele got in and planted the ball in without too much difficulty. And then Harry Kane, with the help of VAR, took us to where we are now. Reguilon at least a chance to sort out his contact lens issues.
Yeah, I think for Newcastle, of course, Martin, the excitement of the takeover, the big money coming into the club, but they're in the relegation zone. They've got the worst defence in the Premier League, so that's where it has to start.
Not going to lie, I thought that was Norwich.
5 years, it might be about challenging and winning Premier League titles, but for Newcastle, this season is about staying up. And if they don't sort themselves out defensively, they've got a major problem in achieving that.
They've won only 3 of their last 16 home games in the Premier League, of course, going back into last season. 2 clean sheets now in 27, counting today.
Excellent. You can see the medical crew
You look back 10,
on that
13,
side of
13,
St James's
12
Park,
in the last
surrounding
4 seasons. It could
a
be
group
more
of
critical. If
fans.
you're Sheffield Wednesday or Bolton, you're probably looking at that and saying, well, you know, there are crises and crises.
Also, I look at league tables, but then you look at maybe the science behind it, the numbers behind where a team finishes in terms of maybe expected goals. And the worry for me was, I think in many ways they were overachieving Newcastle. They were maybe finishing 12th and 13th, but that probably wasn't a fair reflection of the season they'd had. They were probably a few places lower than that. So maybe the season that we're seeing so far, you know, has been coming.
As I say, so many of the players from the Championship team, because hasn't been the funds available. The big spend on Joe Linton hasn't really panned out, though here he is still playing, and he hasn't missed too many games in the time that he's been at the club. In a way, maybe the previous ownership thought they got their fingers burnt in a big deal, and then once the Saudi interest was clear, and that's a long time ago now, we're talking about maybe 18 months ago. The public address announcer just making sure everybody in the ground knows that there is a medical emergency. One of theirs, one of the supporters who's come here today to watch a football match.
I also think the Newcastle fans really appreciate how quickly the Tottenham players
It's one of the,
what's going on. Reguilon, more than anybody,
yeah.
was saying there's a problem here, we need to stop the game. He was talking to the referee, so I think that's great to see. We wonder whether
that was
players
absolutely
do care
brilliant from
about
Sergio
fans,
Reguilon.
opposition fans. You wonder how a Tottenham player would feel, but it was great to see the way that they reacted.
Well, for him, of course, Euro 2020, Christian Eriksen, that was an emergency on the field. This is off the field, just as important, each of them, of course. That will bring back what happened that very worrying afternoon in Copenhagen.
The official has indicated a minimum of 7 minutes.
7 minutes of added time.
Yeah, there's no surprise at all.
Andre Mariner is going across, has gone across to get an update here. Doesn't look like a definitive answer. And now the postman has obviously brought a more official situation, and Andre Mariner's going to call Jamal Lascelles, who's the captain, and they're calling all the players. No, they're going off. They're going off.
Players are going off.
So we assume it's a suspension. We're waiting further.
Something going on with the in one of the stands.
So we'll take this opportunity and hoping for better news when we come back from this break.
Well, whoever the fan is, of course, I really hope they're okay. It's honestly just it's so sad, isn't it? I'm just gonna there's been a delay of the game due to a medical emergency in the crowd, and that's why the players are leaving the pitch. The referee has taken the players off. They're going to restart, but fans in the stand pleading with them not to. The game suspended as medics work on the supporter. The stadium's gone very quiet, understandably so. And Lascelles looks visibly shaken. And yeah, the players have been told to go into the dressing room at the moment after the referee consulted with a police officer. It is one of the Newcastle fans. And well spotted by the players, especially Regulon. He was the first one that came up to the referee, to Andre Mariner, about the medical situation with one of the Newcastle fans. And that's coming from a Spurs player as well. And that's what you need in any football match if that happens. It's just full on respect at the end of the day. It's a great game of sport, football, as we all know. But we all got to figure out at the end of the day that safety comes first in anything, absolutely anything. A person's well-being is more important than a game of football. I'm just hoping it's not as serious as what happened to Christian Eriksen in the Euros in the Denmark-Finland match. A massive respect to both Sergio Reguilon and Eric Dyer. I should give Eric Dyer a mention for acting so quickly to helping the supporter. And we can all hope this spectator is okay. Awful scenes. Seriously unwell. And yeah, we can all hope he's okay. I really have no words to say. Everyone will be wishing the same thing. It's hoping the Newcastle fan will be all right. Whoever it is, of course. I'm going to take a break so I can see if the supporter's all right, and because that's most important. And then I will get underway with commentating again when the game, if does, hopefully resumes. But hopefully this fan is all right first. That's the main thing. So catch you in a bit.